Yeah, I don't know what's happened. To be honest, I'm the same. I've called my little son and said, come here, help me.
So I have to stop you a couple times here because of the fact that I want these people out here that watch this to fully understand. I know this is your mindset is very champion mindset. So the openness to learn after years and years and years of just not just winning and destroying competition and doing this on your own, we get to a stage in your life where you work with a coach that shows you something different. First, you were open to learn, and you really understood the comprehension and go, wait a minute, I do see a difference. This is something I didn't know after all this time. And great, this is good. And I'm going to work with Chris on the nutrition aspect and willing to learn and stuff. And I want these fans to really understand that, because I know that they miss a lot. That is so natural for you to go, of course I learn. Doesn't everybody? They don't, and they're not willing to learn. Which again, that's why I have to stop you, just so I want this really taught to them that regardless of your championship, but regardless of how much time you dominated, well, why would you ever go to anybody else? You've already done this. You're Mr. Olympia. Nobody can teach you anything.
To be honest, a lot of people have told me that. And because they don't know, I mean, when I was an amateur, I've never relied on a coach. I've always done things myself, and I prepped myself, and I've always been in good condition, whatever. But when I've trained as a pro, and I've been working with Chris, people told me, you, Kamal, you've already, I said, no, it's a different here. We're going into a different league. You need somebody to coach you. I mean, I know Chris, even when I was an amateur, I used to ask him small tips, like it's not like 100%. I said, when I met Chris, I said, now, forget about me or whatever. I need you to coach me as I don't know nothing. And I will listen to you. If you ask Chris now, only what he sent me, I've never, ever asked him a question. I never, ever asked him like, oh, can we change this meal to this meal or this carb to this carb? Never. Never, never.
I call that white belt mentality. And the reason why I called it a white belt mentality is we know you're a black belt in a sense. We know that you're a master at what your craft is. But as a student, you're always the white belt, willing to learn. It's second level. That is so not the norm. That is so not the average person. The person gets in their own world. I mean, you're on social media. You understand. You probably do an exercise and somebody says, hey, that's wrong. Mr. Olympia, I'm pretty sure it's okay. I think I know what I'm doing. But there's still people that do that, which is a mind-blowing concept to me. And I love the fact that you're willing to do that. And more than anything else today, I hope the fans understand that mentality that you're teaching these kids today.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this is why there is some mentalities, as you said, there is some mentalities, they think they know, and they feel shame if they ask somebody that lower than them or some, no, I don't mind. I ask anyone. If it's for all my benefit, I don't mind to do it. I'll ask, I'll get my questions being answered, and if I like, I'll try it. If I like it, I will go ahead with it, because even now when I'm training with this training coach, he's a young kid, he's 26 years old, but there is exercises I've done with him, and I feel the improvement, and I feel good. Some exercises, I tell him, listen, didn't work for me, so he will change it. So at least there is a communication between us, and there is a communication between him and Chris. So it is here, it's working as a whole team. For me, I will do the job. I will do the job no matter what. Tell me to do it, I will do it. I will listen. I mean, if you ask Chris now, tell him, is Kamal ever ask you any question? No. Send me mail, yes sir, it's done, finish. Okay, and to be honest, I feel really relaxed. Felt really, really relaxed, especially the last week. When we meet, or 10 days before the show, Chris is there with me, I'll leave it up to him. I would never like tell him, no, you give me a little bit more of that. No, I wouldn't even ask him. Ask him, okay, what meal, what next meal, what do you want me to do? He said, I'll come and check you like in an hour or whatever. And I will sleep because I've got somebody I trust. He's doing the job. He's taking all the stress from me. So that's what makes me improved. And to be honest, And I've been improving since. You've seen the Arnold Classic, when I won the Arnold Classic 2018, at the Olympia, and the Olympia last year, and this year, there's going to be a lot of improvement. Watch out.
So again, this is so natural for you that they're going to miss it. There's 3 things I just picked up. And I coach a lot like my idol, Bruce Lee. It's not enough that you know, it's you got to apply it. And you do that. You listen to them, you apply it. And then if you had a question, you could ask it after the fact. And that's what you did with your trainer. After the fact of trying it, you go, this didn't work for me, this worked for me. Let's get rid of what didn't, let's keep what did. And those are Bruce Lee mentality right there, because of the fact, and I know that you started out back when you were a pup as a martial artist, and it's an amazing concept when you trust the sensei, or in this case, Chris, and you trust the process, and you go, you know what you're doing, I trust in you, I'm going to let you do this. I'm not going to ask 100 questions, because you're going to get those questions answered as you do it anyways. Yes. You're going to understand what works and what doesn't work. So I think that I don't want the fans to miss that again. You are spitting knowledge, and I just want to make sure that I talk to these guys and they understand this is gold. This here, we're not even training and stuff, but it's the mindset that you have that is so championship. And I could see you coming back again, being even better at the Olympia in December, that I get to see and watch you from backstage go out there and dominate. I got to go a couple more questions though. Glutamine, branch chains, pre-workouts, protein drinks. What do you do? What's your favorites? What are your go-tos?
Well, I use the, to be honest, as a protein, at the moment, I'm using a couple of the HD ISO, which is the BPI, and I use the whey protein, both of them, 2 of them. I use the ISO, which is straight after my training, and I use the whey protein in between my breakfast and my lunch. So I'll have a one there. Every single shake I do as a protein, I have like 5 grams scoop of glutamine with it and mix it with it. Yes.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again, just for the haters?
Hey, the old school. I don't care. That's it.
I love it.
Yeah, 5 grams. 5 grams I mix with my every single shake I do, which is I have two a day. My branched chain amino acid. To be honest, I'm not really keen into pre-workout, okay? Because I don't use it all the time. I don't relate into it. I use it when I feel really like tired. For example, I know I've got big workout as a back or like legs. That's when I use pre-workout. And I feel again, I'll like get the weight from it. So I get that. I use it then. Branched chain amino acid. I use branched chain amino acid during the training. I have it with my meals instead of like as a soft drink. I'll have it with my meals. And then I use the joint formulas and you know, the other vitamins and all that. So that's the kind of.
I got to give you the picture that right now is going on here. My whole team is back here, and they're all laughing their butts off right now because the way you talk about this, and we've never talked about this, it's so verbatim for what I do and what I preach. And my whole team back here takes care of the social media and stuff, and they go, all these guys are complaining, you're too much glutamine, you shouldn't do the branched chain, you shouldn't do this stuff. And I'm sitting here talking to Mr. Olympia 212 going, this is when I do it, this one, and I love that. And these guys back here love that. So it's great. It's great. And I'm same way with BPI, and they know I'm a freak when it comes to the EAAs, the BCAAs, and the glutamine. So they just, big boxes. We just go through that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've just been writing down my my order for this month, so I'll be sending it to Nikki in a minute. It is. I'm happy with it. I'm feel great on it. I feel it. So I don't care what people they say in Kamal, but as like I said to you, I've been
but the studies show it does nothing. The studies, the doctors that read about it say it does nothing.
No, yeah, okay. I mean, these kind of people, like what I said, they just say now, they think they know a lot, they know everything, but they are nothing. They are nothing. We've tried it. We know what's working. We know it's helping us. I mean, come on, I'm gonna be 49 this November. So
You're a youngster. You're a youngster
well,
next to
yeah,
me.
that's it.
But I
That's
think
it.
I agree with you. You can study all you want, but when you apply something, and like I don't know if it was Ben Franklin that says, school will take you only so far. From that, you have to have experience, and you've had experience, and you've done this over and over again, and that experience is actually the master. And so I love this, man. I feel like I'm talking to a young Bruce Lee or something.
Well,
Your philosophies.
I love the karate because of Bruce Lee. I've always seen his films and everything. So when I watch his films, and it's like, to be honest, nearer to the show, I watch these films. They give me more motivation. I was like the hunger, the one. Just, when it's like when you watch these films, just like, yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna give up. It doesn't matter. It's like it is. I mean, this is one of the things I do as well. I watch films. It's just like makes you really more hungry.
When any interview of Bruce Lee, or they did a 30 on 30 and just had him talk, when Bruce Lee was talking, or Arnold Schwarzenegger talks about the struggle and going through that and everything, man, that fires me up more than anything in the world. And I miss those kind of champions. So let's jump on to one more thing. I have been allowing the fans at this point to kind of write in and ask questions. If there's a couple good questions, you okay answering those?
Oh yeah, of course.
I love that. Jeffrey, do you have a couple questions for us that are mind-blowing? And then also, you're coming back, and let me just jump on this real quick. Flex Lewis is coming back.
Yes, he's coming back. He's gonna do the Open, Flex Lewis. So
He's going to do the Open.
yes.
Who's your competition besides yourself?
Wow. To be honest, this is what I put always in my mind. Everyone on that stage is my competition. So I make sure do my job. Like I said, my competition this year is going to be myself. But as we know, the 212, we are similar weights, similar heights. So, okay, it's a bit different physiques, but everybody is a danger to me. Everybody's my competition. So I'll need to make sure come better than last year. So to make sure, because everybody wants to reach me, as they've seen me last year, they want to reach to that stage. So I want to make sure I want to beat that stage. So for them, still is going to be a bit of gap. But like I said, everybody is hungry. Everybody wants to ring. Respect all of them, and I hope everything goes nice, smooth. I hope that I can reach there, all these problems, what's going on. And to be honest, I'm trying to plan. Maybe I'll come even earlier. As soon as I get a chance, I might go and finish my prep over there.
Nice.
So I'll definitely do that. But like I said, it's gonna be anyone on top
Anybody.
5. Yes. I respect all of them. So make sure we 100%.
I love that. All right. So our first question is, how do you keep motivated and continue to train after you've won over and over and over again? And now you won the biggest thing there is to win. How do you keep motivated to keep going in?
Well, to be honest, I've got the full support. Last year when I won the Olympia, so I came out of the stage, the first person that I see in front of me is Jay Cutler, because I announced last year, I said, I want to do this and I want to retire. For me, that's it. And I've done everything. I won every single show. So I came down, Jay Cutler there, interviewed me. I said, I've heard you saying you're retired. I said, yes, that's it for me. I've done everything. He said, no. You're not going to retire. We want to see you again. You want to defend your title again. And it's like the physique that you promoted, like you showed us here, we haven't seen this classic physique and this condition for a long time. We would love to see it again. So Chris next to me, I said, Chris, what do you think? He said, we could do it 2, 3, 4 years. I said, hey, what's that? And he said, you've got 5 years on your physique, Kamal. You still could do it. And I had to ask my wife, which is my wife. I mean, she actually takes half of my job, even more, because she does a lot for me. She cooks all my meals. She preps. I mean, she preps 5 meals every day fresh. When I tell her like, okay, just cook them all in one, she's no. I will do every single one fresh. So when you eat it, because you're eating the same food, is like.
Hold on. Mona, can you hear this part?
Yeah, I mean, plus, she does a lot for me, and I really respect. I don't think without her I could do it, because she takes a lot, and prepping the food and everything, it's a lot. I've got my kids, they always want me, and they feel proud. My family, so all of them, they make me to want it more, to want to keep going. So I've got the trust from them. So especially my fans, my crowd, as Libya, because we've been going through a lot of problems back there, and to be honest, when you see like
what's going on there,
and it's all the war and everything. So when you get like your crowd there, they say, Kamal, you're the only thing in Libya, you make us happy. So please do it again. Oh. Yeah. So when you hear these things, we hear a lot, and to be honest, there's a lot, because at the moment it's a bit sad over there. I wouldn't say that much, but we could be better. We could be. We have the opportunity in Libya to could be one of the best countries, but politics and problems there. So you hear all that from your fan, and that's why to really miss. They feed me with that hunger, and it keep me going. And of course, the winning, because I win most of my competition. So yeah, this is why I'm keeping doing it. So I love this sport, and I'm happy. I don't think I could do any other things. So if I don't train, if I don't compete, I think something will be missing for me, and I really noticed that. So maybe I'll go up for another 5 years, maybe.
I think you like the battle. I think you're like me. You like the mix of it. Get in there and tussle.
To be honest, and it's the communication. You meet a lot of new different people. I've got a lot of connection through all these my sports. I know people from all over the world, and it's nice. It is really. Our sport is a really nice sport. So you get meet with different people. You travel anywhere. You pick up the phone. Hey, I'm coming like next week with the family. So you will get that love. Yeah. We share together. So this is the way. I love to be like this. I could help anyone that calls me or if need anything. I want to get that the same. So, even sometimes I travel with my family, with my dad, and when I call my friends, which is we met through bodybuilding. So these guys, they will look after me with my dad, and my dad says to me, "You've got good friends." When I hear this from my dad, I feel really proud. Really, this is what I don't want anymore. Just a nice life, nice, easy, and you get your family, especially your mom and dad, they're proud of you and your kids. It is nice. It is nice.
I'm with you. All right, Jeffrey, you have one more question for us.
How are you able to balance such a successful business
that's a good question.
with the competing and all of the training?
I think I know the answer to this, but we kind of talked about it, and you kind of hit on it about your wife and stuff taking over part of the business. But how do you, full-time bodybuilder and a businessman, those two things really are tough to go together. How do you balance those?
It is. You're right. It is. As you know, Mike, you've been in a business, and when you got a good team around you, things will work good, really good. You could run a country. You could run the world when you have a good, trustable team. It's exactly the same with bodybuilding. I've got around me, I've got the greatest coach. I've got the best company that I like. There we go. I've got the family. I've got the people that are around me as a team. So with my business back home, I've got my younger brother. He runs it. We've got like managers. So I'm in communication with them. So I know they send me everything. And everything is set and runs nicely and smooth. So, and to be honest,
you're 100% right. Let me take this and dissect it a little bit, because besides you at this stage, I think, can you tell me how you got out of the pitfall as best you can, and into the business and the balance then when you didn't have the support, when you didn't have the wife or the family and stuff? Was there a time where you had to balance it yourself? And any tips for these kids that are trying to come up right now and trying to do both?
yes, I will give you a tip because I know what's happening now with the new generation. They want to be champions. They don't want to work. They straight away, they want sponsor. Straight away, they want like somebody to pay for their money. Straight away, they want to coach other people and they haven't even know about coaching. This is the
Got
problem.
real. We just got real. Thank you. Keep going. Go.
Yeah, this is the problem. I mean, for me, when I was before, I was working, especially here in England, especially working 5 days, compete Saturday, compete Sunday, back to work Monday. I was a chippy. I was a carpenter, which is I've learned from my dad the skills back home. I was working here. I'll be able because I've got the skills in my hand. So I've never ever relied on anyone. I mean, I won the Olympia last year with no sponsor. I've never had a sponsor. Okay, I've managed my money, what I make from Qatar. I looked after it very well. I put it into business, into the right places. So I knew after bodybuilding, I've got a life, I've got a family, I've got kids to run. Bodybuilding, yes, if you don't use it right, it's not one. We're not the great sporters of money. We spend a lot, but we don't get much in return, like footballers or like golfers or like basketball or whatever. So you have to really have the knowledge to know where you put your money, and then you never rely on anyone. You have to rely on yourself to make sure that you could make it. And to be honest, even when you have a good people around you, sometimes I feel sorry for some lads, some guys, like they haven't got that physique, or they haven't got the what they call it, the shape to make them as bodybuilders. We know because you have to be at the top to get sponsor, to get like companies to have you, to use you, to make money from you. At the end of the day, it's a business. So these guys, they try their best, they never make it, and then they will lose, and then they will lose their life, and they will lose it all. So they need to trust the coach. That's why the coach, I always say, the coach is very, very, very important. And then he will tell you face, listen, do not rely on bodybuilding because it's not going to take you nowhere. Do it for yourself. Do a couple of competitions. That mean you've done it, and you make sure do something else, because you're going to lose it. So this is what always I tell trust people. Sometimes they don't take it. They go somewhere else, and then few years they come back.
They didn't hear what they wanted to hear, so they'll go somewhere else and ask.
Exactly.
I want it to be easy. I just want to be able to post on social media and train. I just want to listen. It was interesting you talking about your story, especially when you first started where these guys don't want to work, which is interesting to me because I was lucky enough to sign a contract with Weider when I was 21. At the same time, I beat out 5,000 guys for American Gladiators. But at the same time, I would train at 4 a.m. and then I would personal train. Then I would go film Gladiators. And then after Gladiators, I would personal train. And then after that, I would actually go and bounce at night. And I would work my ass off. I was 21 years old. And regardless of the contract, that's great. That's money for the future. Gladiators, great. That's money for the future. Personal training, that's my business. I'll continue to bodybuild and be in the magazines, but work your ass off and save it and be smart with it and do it for you. Do it for the individual, not for the fame, not for Mr. Olympia title. Do it for you, because then it keeps you in the game.
Exactly right. Exactly right. We are in the same league, man.
Yeah, I hope you guys at home understand today was poetry to me, especially because we never talked about this stuff before, but the similarities between your beliefs on work ethic, on staying true to your dream are so similar. So I just a huge fan, man. More than ever, I love you, brother. I'm proud of you. I'm glad how you are, and I'm glad that we're both working with BPI.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, we work for the best. Like what I said, you have to give 100%, and then things will come. So if you don't give 100%, nobody wants you. Even like whatever you are. I mean, even company that want to hire you, if they don't know you are like the top and the top, nobody wants you, man. So
It's true. It's true. Everything's great about BPI except probably Whitney. He's a pain in the butt, but you know, we'll deal with him. Thank you today. Thanks for doing this. Thank you for BPI for setting this up to make this happen. I would love the opportunity as we get closer, because we're in August now. The show's in December.
December, yeah, 4 months.
I would love to check back in 4 weeks and see how things are progressing, if that's all right with you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what I told Chris as well about. We should do more things. We should be like more out there. I mean, as we are as a team, BBI team, we should do these kind of things. I mean, interview. We talk about bodybuilding, whatever, but we need to give to people maybe something that they haven't heard, and just give them a bit of knowledge, open their mind, and just like, you know what I mean. I mean, we would love. I mean, I will do it every week if you want. I'm available anytime. So
I think today we gave them more than bodybuilding. I think we gave them a life approach, and I hope they suck that up, especially with how the world right now is such a heavy victim mentality or want handouts and stuff. And I love the fact that you are a guy that shows, and you didn't speak the language, which I can appreciate, because my girl, my baby mama, came to America not speaking the language and became a success on her own. And so those stories is what I love to hear. I love to hear that you went somewhere, weren't sure, you were scared, but you still went for the fight and you still went through it. And I love that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if there's no story behind you, I don't think there is anything. Yeah, there has to be a story.
Thanks for today, brother.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. This was nice.
We'll talk to you in about 4 weeks then.
Yes, man.
All right. Oh, wait, whoa. Give a pose to the fans. Hit that shot. Gee! See, you don't want none of that. Don't give the screen. My team wants to pose on you. Thanks, brother. Have a great day. Best to the family.
You too, guys. Cheers. Thank you very much.